Come on in. Kissable.
Within these walls, home is just a word.
Come on in, I've got some stuff.
That always kept me searching. Within these walls, home is now the place of refuge and escape. Serenity surrounds me. A miracle is happening to me. I'm finally learning what a home can be.
Come on in.
These walls, I have learned to fly, to take charge of my life, and find the peace inside me.
So easy.
These walls, we love and work and play, finding joy along the way. And now I want to stay within these walls. Within these walls,
It doesn't have to be perfect.
would hold me down. I wouldn't look around to see that love.
I just have to peel the paper off.
Within these walls, friends now gather here, and laughter fills the air. It's all that I was wanting. I've tried before to do it on my own. Now I found a way to make a home. Within these walls, I have learned to fly, to take charge of my life,
There we go.
find the peace inside me. Within these walls, we love and work and play, finding joy along the way. And now I want to stay within these walls.
I'm a fidget today. Sometimes you just need to be a fidget.
To take charge of my life and find the peace inside me. Within these walls, we love and work and play, finding joy along
Rearranged,
the way.
and I'm happy.
Now I want to stay within these walls.
Baby steps will get you there. I'm telling you. You can't see it. I can't even turn it so you can see it. There. I've rearranged my little stuff right up there. But I'm happy with it. Life is good when you're in fidget mode, and I have been in fidget mode all day long. And when you're in fidget mode, it doesn't feel like you're getting anything done, but you know, it all comes together in the end. I love it. I love it. I love it. So everybody, I enjoy fidget mode. Anyway, let's have a little sip of tea. You know, Goldilocks, when she broke into the Three Bears house, she tasted their porridge, and it was too hot or it was too cold, but then it was just right. Well, my tea is just right. Just right. And I am enjoying my tea this afternoon, taking a break, but I'm still in fidget mode. What is fidget mode? Well, fidget mode is where you really can't sit still. When you do sit still, you still got to do something. Did you know you can take a break and still do something? I was telling Joy the other day, she said she didn't get to take many breaks. She didn't get to take any breaks during the day. She runs a Jimmy John's in downtown Nashville. So she is one of the busiest Jimmy John's in town. And she doesn't get a chance to take breaks. And I said, well, take your breaks and plan the schedule for next week. You can still do things while you sit down and get off your feet. And she said, I can. Anyway, folks, life is good. And for all of you who are new here, my name is Marla. And I live in Western North Carolina. And I have been the fly lady since December of 1999. Well, I was really fly lady before that, but I have, when I moved to North Carolina in 1994, I had no clue that I would be spending the rest of my life here. And I love this town. I love this area. I met my sweet darling in 1996. And we got married, and that was 24 years ago, y'all. It'll be 25 this year. We've been married 25 years. And it just seems like yesterday. We complement each other, but we also are like-minded. He can read my mind, and I can read his. And we have fun every single day. Well, this morning he got up. We both slept late. I don't know why we slept late, but we didn't wake up till 9:30 this morning. And I have an alarm on my watch that is an alarm to read Proverbs, and my watch started vibrating. We just slept till noon, I guess, if my watch hadn't gone off. And so we got up, and I had my coffee by 10 o'clock, and he walked into the kitchen with some of the grubbiest clothes I've ever seen him in. And I said, okay, honey, what are you going to do grubbified today? He's always got a plan for his day. He has a plan for what's for breakfast. He is a man of routines. And he says, I'm going to be working on the lathe. And he has a lathe that his father had. And he loves this tool. And I have gotten addicted to, it's not really addicted. I like to watch people on the lathe, Lathe, on YouTube. And they make some amazing things. And I have some things that Robert has made me on the lathe. One of them, let me see if I can reach it without falling out of my chair. One of them is this. Now, it doesn't look like it was made on a lathe, but I guarantee you this part is. And I have another coaster that's in the living room that he made. And I said, what are you going to be putting on the lathe? And he said, well, since we got the new wood stove for the basement, he's been busting a hole through our fireplace wall, because the basement is pretty secure. It's no ventilation in the basement. It is, you don't get any cold drafts in it, nothing like that. And he wants it to draw really well, so he has busted a hole through the brick wall into the concrete block wall of the basement. And he wants it to be ventilated, but he doesn't want critters to get in it. And critters always find a way. I'm telling you, they always find a way. And so he's gonna put on the lathe and make a plug, like you would put in a faucet, in a drain. He's gonna make a plug, but he's gonna make one for wintertime when we want the air, and then for summertime when we don't want the air. So nothing can crawl in there and build a nest. And he's already designed it out where it's gonna have screen and all kinds of stuff. So he is excited. He's just taking his time. He's in project mode. He is, while I'm in putter mode, he is in project mode. And he'll just do a little every day. That's where I learned about baby steps. Because one time, he was still being a judge and coming home every night about 6 o'clock or so. And he built me one big wall of basement shelves. Now, we had a lot of stuff, but we needed storage. We had a new kitchen, but we didn't have much storage space in the basement. Robert had all his shelves, but I didn't have any shelves. So he built me floor-to-ceiling shelves, and you could lay on them. Not that I'm going to crawl in there and lay on them, but they're sturdy, and they keep our supply of toilet paper and napkins and paper towels and all kinds of good stuff like that. We don't use many paper towels, but I have these boxes of paper towels that are for drying hands that I really like. And he's gotten to where he likes them too. And they make good napkins too. So I've cut out buying napkins and I just have this box of paper towels. So sometimes just getting in putter mode, like with Robert getting in his little putter mode of building the hearth up so he can put the stove on. The stove weighs 500 pounds. He can't lift it or deal with it. But he's been hammering up a storm through this wall. And that hammering has built up some muscles, I'm telling you. So it is date night tonight. We had German food last night. He came back from playing chess the upper way, which is through the National Forest. And he calls me up and he says, I've got to go to Lowe's. So I came back the upper way, and the German food truck is at the brewery. What do you want from the food truck? And I said, I want sausages. So he brought home 2 platters of sausages, and we had a wonderful dinner. Yep, I filled those shelves up too. They got lots of storage there. So folks, drink your tea. It's medicinal. It's good for you. It's all about taking care of you, because if you don't take care of you, who will? Who will? It's just a pleasant day. It's a little cool outside, so I really haven't been out, but the dog is out right now. She heard Robert go out the basement door, and he probably went to get the mail. So she's kind of... But with our perfectionism, we want to do everything. What is my favorite tea? It is our favorite tea that we sell in our fly shop. It is 3 different types of tea in this one little tea bag. And it's medicinal. I tried mixing tea bags, like a green tea and a black tea and an Earl Grey tea. And I was wired all night, all evening. Red Singer gives me heartburn. But, I love tea. I really love Earl Grey tea. And I like green tea. But this is a mixture of 3 teas. And it's medicinal. And you have to read, where's that book? You have to read Dr. William Lee's book. Oh, I don't even know the name of it. But he has a TED Talk on, YouTube. So look him up. And I'm drinking decaf tea now. So if you are sensitive to caffeine, you need to get the decaf. We don't have any of the other tea right now. Life is good, y'all. Have I ever had throat coat? That sounds gross. I don't know what that is. That sounds awful. But I do like to drink tea when I have a sore throat, but I rarely have a sore throat because I keep my sinuses pristine. I mean to tell you, I use a saline nose spray and I keep everything cleaned out so I don't get any sinus infections. I don't have allergies. I've only had an allergy attack one time in my life, and I got off a plane in Salt Lake City and something was blooming there that I was allergic to. And it was awful. My eyes started watering just like I was crying. And I'd never had anything like that happen before. So I had to get some Benadryl in me right quick. So everybody, it's a wonderful day. Taking a break is good for you. Being able to put your feet up and enjoy some wonderful music. You know, I thought of something. You know, y'all helped me pray for Esther when she had the cyst, and yesterday she got notification. She went back to the hospital, and her platelets were up, which we needed to. We prayed for that, but her cyst was gone. Her cyst was gone, and when she first started having the pain in her side, I was looking through YouTube, and there was this song, "Touch the Hem of His Garment." And I think somebody named Cook sings it. He's passed away. He passed away at 30. But God gave me that song to give to her. And I told her to listen to that song over and over and over. And it's from a verse in the Bible where Jesus was walking through the streets, and this lady had been so sick for so long, probably menstruating way too heavily, and she couldn't get cured. And she knew if she just went to Jesus, she says, I just need to touch his garment. I don't even need to talk to him. I'll be healed. And she made her way through the crowd, and she touched his garment. And Jesus felt the power leave him because she had such faith. And he says to her, who touched me? Your faith is strong. I got strangled. Oh. So I had her, it was, it was a 2-minute song. And I had Esther play it over and over and over again. Because sometimes, and they'd put her on some pain medication that makes you nuts. Pain medication really does. It separates you from the Lord. I think it separates you from being able to tap into the Lord. But, you know, with Alzheimer's patients, they use music to get in there and connect with them so that they have memories. You know, we have an analytical side of our brain, and we have an artsy side of our brain. And when you can jump into the artsy side of the brain, other things happen. So I had her listen to that song, and it just came to me last night that having her listen to that music tapped through that barrier that the medication, which was an opioid, because Ben was on it, and it tapped in to the other side of her brain, and she was able to touch heaven with it. That's what prayer is all about. So she listened to the song over and over. I did too. I was right along with her. So I was agreeing with her, listening to this song over and over again. And she went to the doctor, and it's gone. Her platelets are up. She could have had surgery, but she didn't need surgery because she tapped into that faith. And that is the power of prayer. And prayer in music, I mean, sometimes we just need to tap into some good old gospel music and let it feed us with the Bible. We don't have to use our analytical side of the brain. We can use our artsy side of the brain and our fun side of the brain. I just love it. I just love it. So whenever you have problems praying, tap into the music. Many, many years ago, right after Fly Lady started, I think we only had about 12,000 members. We've been around about a year. And Robert was running for office again, and this horrible judge decided she was going to run against him for his seat. And she did. She put somebody in place in her seat who signed up to run when nobody knew she wasn't going to run for her seat. She tried to primary Robert. And I was having some really difficult feelings. And all my members were saying, you need to pray for her. You really need to pray for her. So they gave me a list of all kinds of things to do to set yourself up for prayer. Listen to some gospel music. Just tap into, get into a place that you really like to be when you pray. Well, for me, it's in a bubble bath with candles and just surrounded by the warmth of the water. And I started praying, and I didn't know how to pray for her. I just didn't know. And then all of a sudden, while I'm in this bubble bath, and it was before we remodeled because my bathtub was still blue, I started singing Sweet Hour of Prayer. I just started singing. I was the only one home, and I just started singing at the top of my lungs. Sweet Hour of Prayer. It was one of the first songs I ever learned to play on an organ. And, if you can play a musical instrument, Robert plays keyboard, organ, piano. I'm not really good at that sort of thing. I played French horn in high school, but I was scared to death. So I really don't have a talent where that is. I love producing music, and I love singing our music. But I started singing Sweet Hour of Prayer. And I got to the second verse. And it says, and oft escapes the tempter's snare. That's what the devil's trying to do to us every single day, is capture us and keep us from doing what God put us here to do. Yeah. And I was able to pray to keep evil away from this judge, Judge Deborah. I was able to pray to keep evil. Now, Robert beat her in the primary, big time. She didn't really stand a chance. And she was out. She was no longer a judge. This is a woman that told lies about me and Robert when we were first dating. She was not a nice person. But the devil had to get a hold of her, and so I prayed to keep the devil away from her so that she could make good decisions. And she has. She's no longer a judge, hasn't been a judge in a long, long time. And she's back doing her law practice. I think she's retired now, but I could pray to keep evil away. And sometimes that's all you can do. It's all you can do. So prayers are powerful, but if you can't pray, listen to gospel music. YouTube's full of it. Just pull up some gospel group you love. I love Selah, Selah. They have some beautiful music that touches my heart. And when you tap into this music, it's like your whole body is praying. Your whole body is praying. There's some beautiful music by Mark, what is his name? Mark Lowry. He does some gospel sing-alongs on on Friday. He had one a while ago, and I'm going to go listen to it. But get your mind and your body in the right space. Maybe you need to go sit outside if it's too cool here today, but maybe you need to sit in a sunbeam and just pray. Pray the Lord's Prayer if you can't get started. Yes, Michael W. Smith is an amazing composer. I love Mercy Me. There's just some beautiful songs out there. And if you haven't seen the movie Mercy Me, that's a good one to watch this weekend. It's powerful. So get your mind and your body and your spirit in conjunction with each other. And know that God has us right here in His hands. He has us. But we need to be willing. We need to, I love the Gaither Vocal Band. I love them all. Even the ones that aren't with them anymore. But God has us. God has us. And I know we're going through terrible times right now with this virus and the shot and all that kind of stuff. Stand strong, y'all. Stand strong in your beliefs. Don't allow evil to take over. Don't allow it. Oh, Ann said, pray against deception. That's good, Ann. That's good. No, I did not get the jab. My husband did, but I am not. Goes against my religion. Pretty much. It goes against my religion. I do not want anything to separate me from God. Nothing. Anyway, let's drink up. Drink up. I will see you probably tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be on here at 10 o'clock because at 11 o'clock there's a webinar I want to be a part of that is about the virus. I want to learn all I can learn about it. I love you all. I will see you later.